Hello, YouTubers. It's your fly diva, your Sky Diva. Yeah, Sky Diva 2.0, because my best friend has been flying for Continental, now United, since we were like 19 or 20, is the original Sky Diva. So I have to pay homage to her before I take her name. But I just finished my first trip ever that I went, using my company's benefits to be able to go on vacation. As some of you know, my birthday was October 30th, but I was flying, so I didn't get a chance to do anything. And then the way my schedule is set up for November, I won't be able to come home for Thanksgiving, so I end up going to LA. Now, I was supposed to go to San Francisco to see Maxwell in concert, but the way the flights were working, I just couldn't get on because the person I was flying with um, was on American, and you had to take two flights out of Houston to get to San Francisco, and the flight loads were just looking crazy. So we just flew straight to LA. Ended up getting a last minute hotel, which was a very great rate, and had a good time. I took plenty of pictures and video, so when I do my next video titled My First Trip, you'll see all the sights and everything I got to see. Since I got home this morning at 9, I've been asleep since I just woke up, and today, the 10th, was open bidding. So I'm going to go and start bidding for my schedule for next month. So I'm gonna make a real quick video, and I hope no one takes offense to this. If you've seen any of my videos, you know that I am straight to the point, no chaser. I'm not sugarcoating anything, and I'm not pointing anyone out. So please don't be offended and think that I'm talking to you or about you. I'm addressing an issue that several people are asking about. And one of the issues, I really just don't understand why there is an issue, or what people don't understand, because no matter what blog, Indeed, what's the other one? I can't think of the other one. But all the different websites, all the different Facebook groups, the company's website stresses point blank, period. It's in black and white to the T about the tattoo policy. And I've even addressed it in my videos, my first video. Several people address it, but people still have the question, like they don't understand about the tattoo policy. And when I say this, what I'm about to say, and please, again, I'm not pinpointing any one particular out, because there's more than one person with this question. It is what it is. There is no but what if, or but I heard, or someone. No. It is what it is. You cannot, absolutely not whatsoever have a tattoo that is visible in your uniform. So I'm going to break it down for those of you who may not comprehend that, or who have been told other things from other flight attendants with other companies, or who have been flying with for years. No, you cannot cover it up with makeup. They will check day one, and they will take out wipes and check. So don't even try it, okay? Fingers, that's visible in a uniform. Face, neck, that's visible. Neck, that's visible, because you have to pull your hair back for service, okay? Here, that's visible. They will pull your shirt down. And look here, because one of the shirts we wear is a crew shirt. It's a round collar, and it just comes just like right here. So if you have anything that's coming up here, it could show. Our long sleeve shirts, or our short sleeve shirts, they have a collar. They're not buttoned up to here unless you're a man. So they're open. So if you have something like right up in here, you can see the tattoo. let's see, feet, ankles, legs. If you have tattoos there, you just have to wear opaque tights. That's it. So I know someone asked me about, I have a tattoo on my thigh. I'm like, one, your skirt is not going to be that short if you wear dresses. But if it's that short to where you can see your tattoo through sheer pantyhose, you have to just wear opaque tights. Opaque tights with any tattoos on your legs and your feet. I have tattoos on my ankle and my feet. I have to wear opaque tights with my uniforms, point blank period. Your wrist, if you have anything right here to here, they're going to check. You can't cover it with a watch. Fingers, you can't cover it with rings. If you have tattoos, pat that. This is my watch. This is just a regular old cheap watch from Walmart that I buy because we're required to have a watch. So I don't wear my good watches to work. If you have anything that's going to show above your watch, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be able to get the job because they're going to check. Your tattoo cannot be visible. Now, when I wear my long sleeve shirt or my long sleeve sweater, my sleeve is usually longer than where my watch fits on my wrist. It's longer. But if I'm serving or if I'm lifting up above my head, my shirt sleeves come down. So that's why they don't want anything past that. Anything up here, to my elbow, you probably can get away with that. But you have to disclose it because they need to document your file that you have a tattoo on your wrist so that when you get ready to order your uniforms, you cannot order any short sleeve shirts. And you're going to always have to wear long sleeve. Either you're going to have to wear a long sleeve shirt with like a Gillette vest or something over it, or you're going to have to wear your sweater vest over it. You cannot wear the short sleeve shirt with the vest because your arm is going to be out. You're going to always have to be covered. My thing is, they say that exactly on their website. Then when you get to the interview and you get before even a face-to-face, when they break down the policies of the company, they're very specific and they tell you that then. Then they give you an option to leave, but you stay, knowing that you have a tattoo. Then you get a face-to-face and they ask you again in the face-to-face so they can write it down. And you still say no. Then you get offered the CJO and now you're all on the blogs wanting to know, can you get away with it? Or are they going to check? It's a reason why they say that. So one, you're not being honest. So that's already a character flaw right there. They give you too many opportunities to disclose so that you won't have to have these worries. You shouldn't be worried about this right now. You should be preparing for training and studying your packet, yet you're more concerned about whether they're going to send you home on the first day because you didn't disclose the tattoo that they asked you about at least twice, maybe 3 times prior to. So what's going to happen is day 1, you're going to come in the room, you're going to put your stuff down exactly at whatever time they tell y'all to come in. They're going to come in there and they're going to introduce themselves and they're going to say, let's go. You're going to go take your test. Everybody's going to take the test. You're going to wait in the lobby or the break room until everyone is complete. They're going to grade the test. If you pass the test, you go back into the room. If you fail the test, you go home. A few minutes later, after that, they may say a little words or whatever. They may have changed things up. I don't know. But day 1, you will have a tattoo check, meaning they will give you a whole speech prior to and say if you have any tattoo that you're concerned about, that you need to question or you're not too sure about. This is now your opportunity to come up here and tell us or to show us. If you don't get up and go and just confirm or clarify or verify, and you can't say, well, I'm scared, I'm going to see. Either way it goes, you're going to get sent home. So you might as well do it now and let them tell you you're going to be okay, or let them give you a uniform shirt to put on so they can see, or you're going to go get in that line for the tattoo check and then be embarrassed and have to go home because they're going to check They're going to take makeup wipes. Now, when I was there, they didn't do that. This is something I've heard after the fact. Recently, they started doing. So that is hearsay. But I have heard that that's what they started doing from someone who got sent home her third week of training because she had a tattoo behind her neck, and instead of her listening to us telling her that they're going to check, she went anyway, and however they found out, or however whoever told on her, because you got people that tell, or maybe they seen it, or maybe this is a new policy they started doing because people are all in these blogs, Glassdoor, that's it, and Indeed, and in the Facebook group where recruiters go and read, and people are giving them advice saying, oh, just cover it up. I use this makeup. No, you cannot cover it up with our company, point blank, period. But the thing is, we're not the only company. There's several other companies that you can go work for and apply for who doesn't have these strict tattoo policies. So it's not your only opportunity. So don't give up. But all I'm saying is, don't lie. Go show if you are not sure, if you're not positive. I would rather have a trainer tell me, or let's put on a uniform shirt and see what happens. Or no, you'll be okay, but you're only gonna have to wear the collared shirt options, versus wait and get in that line and go through a check, and then they wipe off makeup, or they pull up your sleeve all the way up to your shoulder, I don't know, and then they say, you have a tattoo, you didn't tell us. And then you try to explain, well, I was told that if it doesn't show, or in uniform, or I was told you can cover it with makeup. No, nobody told you that. You know, they're not going to give you a chance to explain. You need to reveal it, point blank, period. You had 3 other chances, and you chose not to. So you're going to give up your job. You're going to travel all the way to Salt Lake City in January probably, and it's cold and snowing, to possibly get sent home because you chose to not disclose some information that they asked you. Why would you do that? I don't get it. I just don't understand. And whoever the recruiter is that's emailing you all your packets and all your travel information, you can take a picture of it and you can send it to her, and let her get approval. Like I said, if as long as it does not show in your uniform, you are good. But if you can't go put on a long sleeve shirt you have in your closet right now and button down and raise your arms up like this because you got to put luggage in, your sleeves are going to come down. When you're passing a tray of food, if you're in first class, if you're bending down putting luggage up underneath someone's seat without your shirt pulling back and showing your tattoo, you're good. But if any of those things happen and your shirt rolls down and your tattoo shows, I'm sorry. I don't know what else to tell you. So y'all need to read and you need to listen. It's point blank, period. I don't know how much more simple anyone can be. It's point blank, period. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. Okay? Have any questions? I don't even know what you need to inbox me for, because I just broke it down from A to Z. There's nothing else in between. But I hope it all works out. But stop listening to people who don't work for the company and who are telling you to do something immoral and unethical, and they're already setting you up for failure. Also, the reserve schedule and commuting policy. They tell you in the recruiting event that commuting is not allowed, so you have to be willing to relocate. Have I officially relocated? No. But I have a place to stay in Chicago on my days that I cannot come home. I'm home now because I have a week off. But I have not been able to come home. I think I came home one time for one day to vote, and I was lucky enough to catch a flight. I'm on a reserve 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. So I got off like at 9:30 in the morning on the 1st. I took the next flight out I came home, I voted, and I went right back on the 2nd because my reserve day started on the 3rd. But I looked at flight loads, I looked at the weather to make sure that it was going to be feasible. If I only have 1 or 2 days off, I don't come home because it's too hard. I have to have something major going on, like I had doctor's appointments I had to try to make. Other than that, no, I just stay where I'm at. It's about to start snowing. The weather is already snowing in Chicago. So, um, I don't have another day off. I think I have a day off on the 21st, which I won't be able to come home, not even if I get off early on the 20th, because that's the day before Thanksgiving, and flying is going to be horrible. So I'm not going to try to come home. Um, and then I'm not off again until the 26th and 27th, and I don't come home for 2 days. And then again, I look at the flight loads, and it all depends on what time I get off on the 25th, if there's something that I can do. Today, I'm going to bid for my December schedule, and I'm going to try to make it to where I can have several days off in a row so that I can try to come home and get things ready for Christmas, because 9 times out of 10, I'll be working Christmas, and so I need to come home and maybe have Christmas early. So I'm going to try to make my schedule to where I have better days off in December, but I may not get it. So we'll see what happens. But I want to be able to have the option to pick up trips. I haven't been able to pick up any trips this month. I did have, like I said, this week off. This would have been ideal for me to pick up trips. But since it's my only time off, I'm going to spend it with my family versus work, even though that would be some good extra Christmas money. So, pay is $18.13 the first 6 months, and then after 6 months is $18.77, and then after 1 year, I believe it goes up to $22. People want to know, well, that's not a lot of money. No, it's not. I've cried many times, honey. Okay, when I've gotten my check. Just saying. Haven't been able to pick up any trips this month or last month because the way my schedule is set up. Once you get out of training and you do your initial operating experience, scheduling will make your first month schedule for you, because you probably won't get out in enough time to bid. So scheduling is going to do so you're going to basically work what they give you, work what shift they give you, either 4A to 4P or 9A to 9P. So reserve buckets work. Like, for instance, for me, I'm on a 6-day bucket. So when I go back to work on the 15th, on the 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th, I'm on a 5-day. I have 5 days that I'm on a call. 5. Starting on the 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th. So at 4 a.m. to 4 p.m., beginning on the 16th, they can call me between 4 a.m. and 4 p.m. for me to go to work. They can give me 1 day turn. They can give me a 2-day trip, or 3-day trip, a 4-day trip, or a 5-day trip. They can give me a 2-day trip and then have me sit at the airport for 8 hours on ready reserve. Then they can give me another 2-day trip. No matter what they do, these 5 days belong to the company. Whatever they tell me to do belongs to the company. Can't pick up trips. Only thing that I can do is trade days with another person who's on reserve. And that's tricky also, because depending on what their schedule is, you just can't trade, say, these 2 days and then work these 2 and then work. No, you have to trade beginning, end, or all. So if you find someone that's able to trade with you because you need this, say you need, my days are on the 16th, and say you need the 14th, 15th, and 16th off, or whatever, and you can see if you can get someone to take this day for you, and you take another day for them. or whatever, so you can have those 3 days off in a row. But so then I'm off on the 21st, which is my only day off. So of course I won't come home. So I'll stay in Chicago. Then I'm back on reserve the 22nd, 23rd, 24th, and 25th. That's 4 days. They can do anything with me these 4 days, whether it's sitting at the airport on reserve, whether it's doing local turns, whether it's a 4-day trip, 3-day trip, 2-day trip, whatever they want me to do, I have to do it. Then I'm off on the 26th and 27th, depending on the weather, depending on what time I get off on my last reserve day, will determine if I'm able to try to come home. So we just have to see. It all is day by day, depending on the weather and everything else. Now, as of today, there's nothing on my schedule already pre-planned. So, as of today, far as I know, on the 16th, I'm on call. But between now and then, they can easily put a trip on my schedule, and I'll already know in advance where I'm going and which carrier I'm going to be flying on, and I can prepare. So when I get back to Chicago, I wash and kind of like pre-pack my suitcase and iron my uniform, because I already know where I'm going. But if I don't know where I'm going, I just still prepare my uniform and then have all my uniform pieces ready just in case. Because I don't know when they call me at 4 a.m. where they're going to send me to. So just got to be prepared. What else? So first year commuting, they don't want you to do that. But you can go home on your days off. But you cannot base where you live on if you're going to take the job off of commuting, because you may not be able to commute. You don't know what time flights are going to go in and out, if the weather is going to delay them from going in and out, what shift you're going to have, and if you're able to go. And you don't have any chances if you try to go home and try to come back to work the date of your shift. Say you have a trip at 5 p.m. that reserve day. So you say, oh, I'm going to just go back in the morning. And then your flight is canceled and you can't get back. Then what? So this is just advice from me. I am, as a flight attendant, an informer, not an enforcer. So I can't tell you what to do. I can only prepare you for what is going to happen and give you my personal experience. I can't speak for any other FA. These are my personal experience based on what I've been going through and what I've been dealing with, and from what some other FAs have told me personally. I have some flight attendant friends that's been all over. They've been to Paris, they've been to Germany, they've been to Greece, they've been gone. I don't know what their schedule look like, how they be able to get all these days, and if they're trading or what have you. But this sister over here ain't been able to do none of that. I've been working. So it's possible, but I don't want you to think that it's going to happen all the time. You need to be prepared for the worst. Okay? So now, this video is running a little bit too long. It's 23 minutes, but I felt like I needed to say that. I hope you grasp it, and I can't wait to meet you guys in the air. And it is a great company. You'll love it if it's for you. It may not be for you. You'll see. But until my next video of all my wonderful trip to LA, I'm going to try to do some editing for the first time and put together something quicker. All right. Take care.